Parent and guardian driver coaching tips. Withdrawal of parental consent. Consent of a parent or legal guardian is required for a minor to get a permit or a license. The person who consented can withdraw the consent at any time, and the permit or license will be canceled. A teen can regain their permit or license with parental consent or when they reach the age of 18. Driving risks. What parents need to know. Driving can be a potentially dangerous endeavor for everyone. However, it is more dangerous for young drivers. Novice teen drivers crash more than any other group. There are many reasons for this, including young age and lack of maturity. Teenagers can make more errors in judgment than any other age groups. Be aware your teen is likely to drive differently and take more risks when you are not in the vehicle. Brain development. Teens should be the world's best drivers. Their muscles are well toned, their reaction time quick, their eye-hand coordination at a peak. Yet, car crashes kill more of them than any other cause. A problem some researchers believe that is rooted in the adolescent brain. A National Institutes of Health study suggests that the region of the brain that inhibits risky behavior is not fully formed until age 25. Risky driving behaviors. Teenagers may engage in risky driving behaviors. These include speeding, running red and yellow lights, running stop signs, tailgating, weaving in and out of traffic, not keeping a safe distance for merging or changing lanes, misjudging gaps in traffic, and misjudging the capability of their vehicle. Distractions. Any new or inexperienced driver is challenged when faced with driving distractions. Music, cell phones, pets, and passengers are best left at home while your teen is learning to drive. Illustration on page 40. Caption reads, "Help promote reckless driving." Rec spelled W-R-E-C-K. Don't hang out in the no zone. Illustration shows a semi-tractor-trailer truck and the no zone where the visibility of the driver is limited. Continuing with the text. Driving inexperience. Teenagers lack driving experience. Page 41. It takes a lot of practice to be able to safely maneuver in everyday situations and unexpected circumstances. Teens show the greatest improvement within the first year and 1,000 miles of driving. They continue to improve through their first 5,000 miles of driving. High-risk driving conditions. Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Drinking any amount of alcohol produces impairment. Not only is the use of alcohol and illicit drugs illegal, the combination of alcohol or drugs and driving can be deadly. High speeds. For teen drivers, especially males, most severe crashes occur at high speeds. Crash risk, severity, and force all increase as speed increases. Passengers. For teen drivers, as the number of passengers increase, teen crashes increase. Driving is a new skill for teens, and they need to pay close attention. Teen passengers can be a major distraction. Teen passengers may intentionally or unintentionally encourage friends to speed, show off, or not pay enough attention to driving. Night driving. For teen drivers, the most severe crashes occur at night and on weekends. Night driving is challenging for all drivers, but novice teen drivers do not have the experience to anticipate and react to conditions at night when visibility is reduced. Make sure your teen gets extensive practice driving with you in varied types of weather. Be aware that teenagers driving at night usually include a lack of adult supervision, carrying passengers, and driving at high speeds, all of which increase risk exponentially. Seatbelt non-use. Seatbelt non-use is a problem for both drivers and passengers. Seatbelts are important because they keep the driver and passengers inside the vehicle, where they are the safest. Driver education is the beginning of the process of learning to drive, but teens need many, many hours of practice to become safe drivers. Tips for supervising teen driving. Practice Practice, practice. Practice as much as possible, even after your teen gets their license. Who? Practice with only you and your teen in the vehicle. Other people, pets, etc. can distract both of you and increase stress. Remember, remain calm and focused. Making mistakes is part of learning, and practice driving is serious. But it should also be interesting and engaging. What? Practice the driving skills yourself that your teen is learning. Begin with basic skills such as turning, parking, and backing up. Then practice more complex skills such as changing lanes and merging. When? In the beginning, practice during daylight hours with good weather. As your teen's skills increase, gradually expose them to different roads, weather conditions, and times of day. Where? In the beginning, practice in safe, low-risk driving areas. Start out in empty parking lots or on remote roads. As your teen's skills increase, progress to quiet neighborhood streets and later to busier roads and highways. Why? Learning to drive is a complex, ongoing process requiring responsibility and dedication from both parents and teens. New drivers need a lot of practice to handle daily driving hazards and unexpected situations. Teens will show the greatest improvement in the first 1,000 to 5,000 miles of driving. Do these each time you practice. Be in the practicing mood. Practice when both of you are ready, in good moods, have sufficient time, and are well rested. Adjust mirrors, seat belts, seats, and steering wheel position before starting the vehicle. Page 42. Always wear your seat belts and use your headlights day and night. Come to a complete stop at stop signs and for right turns at red lights. When proceeding from a stop, look left, then front straight ahead, then right before proceeding. Keep your eyes moving. Use your mirrors to check around and behind the vehicle every 6 to 8 seconds. Keep at least a 3 to 4 second space between your vehicle and others in traffic flow. Try to stay centered in your lane of travel. Avoid the no zone with trucks or buses. This is about 15 feet on all sides of the truck. If you cannot see truck drivers in their mirrors, they cannot see you either. Be aware, speed increases braking distance. Doubling your speed will quadruple your braking distance. The faster you're going, the longer it takes to stop. Be aware, vehicle weight increases braking distance. Doubling your vehicle weight will double your braking distance. If you are driving a large vehicle or towing a trailer, it takes longer to stop. North Dakota law sets requirements for teen driving, but families need to determine other rules and limits for their teen drivers. Make sure that family rules are very clear from the beginning. Talk to your teen about driving every chance you get. Use a parent-teen driving agreement. Use a parent-teen driving agreement to determine appropriate rules and guidelines for your teen driver and to make sure everyone is clear about them. A sample agreement can be found on the Internet at www.dot.gov/divisions/teens-parents.htm under Education. Driving rules and guidelines for your family. Require seatbelt use. This applies to your teen and all passengers at all times. Prohibit alcohol and/or drug use. This applies to your teen as the driver of any vehicle. Prohibit riding with someone who has used alcohol or drugs. This applies to your teen as the passenger in another vehicle. Require compliance with speed limits. Stress that this applies to all roads at all times because crash forces at higher speeds kill. Prohibit distractions while driving. Prohibit cell phone use, eating, drinking, pets, or changing radio or CDs while driving. Require a full report. Require information about each trip before leaving, including where your teen is going, with whom, and when they will return so that you know where they are. Provide a safe, reliable vehicle for your teen. Mid to full-size sedans and station wagons with smaller engines and airbags are safest for teen drivers. Under certain conditions, small trucks and SUVs may be more prone to rollovers than other types of vehicles. High-performance cars may encourage teens to drive beyond their experience level. Impose consequences for violating rules and guidelines. Make consequences relate to losing driving privileges for a day, weekend, week, month, etc., depending on the violation. Consequences not related to losing driving privileges will not be as effective in sending the messages. You must be a responsible driver, and I am serious about your following the rules and limits for driving. Page 43. Consider requiring your teen to complete additional supervised practice. Make consequences known. Set consequences for common violations before they occur so that your teen knows what to expect. Getting a speeding ticket, coming home less than 30 minutes after curfew, coming home more than 30 minutes after curfew, lying about their whereabouts, violating passenger restrictions. In North Dakota, teen drivers account for about 20% of fatal crashes. So, before you ever get into the car, make sure that both you and your teen understand the basics. Teen driver training orientation. Before you begin training, make sure you know common teen driving errors and ways you can help your teen be a better driver. Top 11 driving errors. 1. Not attending to the path of travel. 2. Driving 5 or more miles per hour too fast for conditions. 3. Driving too fast through a curve. 4. Inadequate search at an intersection and failing to yield to cross traffic. 5. Lack of attention at an intersection and being struck by another driver. 6. Improper evasive action, quick turn not executed properly. 7. Failure to maintain visual lead. 8. Failure to see action developing at side of the roadway. 9. Following too closely. 10. Willfully taking right of way. 11. Distracted. Aggressive driving. Drivers who routinely speed, run red lights and stop signs, tailgate, and otherwise disregard the safety of other motorists are turning streets and highways into high-risk arenas. Aggressive driving can easily escalate into road rage. We're all too familiar with stories of motorists who have killed or injured other drivers for seemingly trivial reasons. When is it aggressive driving? The following attitudes and behaviors indicate that problem driving behaviors are related to aggression rather than inexperience. Constant rushing, lane jumping, and the need to get ahead. Ignoring road signs and regulations. Constantly ridiculing and criticizing other drivers. Denying entry into your lane or preventing passing. Speeding past another car, revving engine. Tailgating a driver to go faster or get out of their way. Honking, yelling, or making visible insulting gestures. When confronted by aggressive drivers, first and foremost, make every attempt to get out of their way. Put your pride in the back seat. Do not challenge them by speeding up or attempting to hold your own in your travel lane. Wear your seatbelt. It will hold you in your seat and behind the wheel in case you need to make an abrupt driving maneuver, and it will protect you in a crash. Avoid eye contact. Page 44. Ignore gestures and refuse to return them. Report aggressive drivers to the appropriate authorities by providing a vehicle description, license number, location, and if possible, direction of travel. If you have a cell phone and can do it safely, call 911. An exercise to become familiar with blind spots. The exercise above illustrates the area around the car the driver cannot see. The illustration has the caption, "Area on the ground you cannot see from the driver's seat." A basically elliptical shape is drawn around a car, and there are 10 points indicated on the ellipse, 3 in front, 3 in back, and 2 on each side. While your teen is sitting in the driver's seat with the engine off, get out of the car and stand close to the front bumper facing the driver. Begin taking steps backward and have your teen tap the horn when he or she can see your feet. Place a cone or cup in that spot. This is the pavement area in front of the vehicle that cannot be seen when looking out of the windshield. Ask the driver to use the inside mirror and/or to look over the right shoulder and repeat this process to the rear of the vehicle. Walk backwards from the passenger doors on the left and right sides of the vehicle and place cups or cones to mark the side areas visible to the driver. Have your teen measure these distances and record them. Notes. Space provided for making notes.